Gaffer, London derby to come on Saturday. Obviously, we're coming off the back of a disappointing night in Birmingham for a few different reasons. It feels like everyone's positive and upbeat though heading into tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a non-event really, wasn't it? Because we needed the schedule that we've had, the schedule we've got going forward. We need to try and protect ourselves as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, it just ruined the game. I mean, you know, some people I've not heard. Only a couple of people I've heard say it's a red card, and they've never kicked a ball in professional football. So Howard Webb has said it wasn't a sending off. Mike Jones, who's the head of the referees in our league, has said it's not a sending off. The referee has now changed his decision, or admitted that he made a mistake. He also made a mistake admitting that it was a foul on Jaden Sweeney for the first goal. But we still don't get the 80 minutes that we, and we're just, all I'm trying to do is protect my club. You know, we're trying to protect our players and protect our club. And it wasn't a sending off. If you've played the game, you know as soon as you kick that ball, if you go over the top of the ball, it was one the day after for Man United, it was a sending off because he went over the ball. But then there's also occasions where you take the ball and then lift your leg, and that's a sending off. At no point has Jack makes that. We know the makeup of Jack. He makes that challenge a lot in training and in games. And the fact that he's caught him is not. The Birmingham player was actually late. So we're just trying to protect our club. The fact that then, after all them people who are, Howard's got the top job in terms of the PGMOL, he says it's not a red, but then you appeal and it doesn't get overturned because he's not a member of the PGMOL association on the disciplinary board at the FA. Please explain that one to me, because I've no idea how they can come to that occasion. We feel hard done by, which anybody can make a mistake on the night, we get that, but then to not soften the blows by rescinding a red card is frustrating. I'll keep it frustrating.
We're obviously going to be without Jack for the next 3 matches now, but it's a good opportunity for Sweens to come in.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased. On the other hand, I'm pleased for Sweens. He's trained well. It's an opportunity for him now to nail down a place, and if he does well, Jack won't get back in. We know how well Jack's done. It's been difficult for Sweens to get back in because Jack has done so well. Sweens coming against Wrexham was excellent. So I'm looking forward to seeing Sweens play now and nail down his position.
Just how big a game is Saturday? Because we're level on points, we're obviously both going for the playoffs as well.
Yeah, we're not in the last 4 or 5 games where it is like the home run. It's a big game. It's a big game because there'll be a certain amount of points that you need to get in the playoffs. And if you win games like tomorrow, that end amount might come down. So if we win tomorrow, you might need 74 points. If we get beat tomorrow, we might need 75, 76 points. So it's an important game, local derby against a big club, one we're looking forward to.
We played Charlton in the Virtue Trophy back in December when they weren't in the greatest of form, but since then they've been on a good run. Where will we need to be good tomorrow, do you think?
No, we need to be. The last 2 games have been difficult. We conceded 2 bad goals and a soft penalty against Bolton, and then literally a non-event on Tuesday. So we just do what we've been doing for the last 17, 18 weeks.
And how nice is so back at home? We've obviously had 3 trips, the 3 really long trips as well, back at home in front of a packed out crowd. How much can they help us, given that we played, if you include stoppages on Tuesday, well over 90 minutes, a man light?
Yeah, for me there needs to be a change in our dynamic now as a club. It's great being involved in these games, and we've progressed over the last 2 or 3 years to get involved in these types of games where we're going for the playoffs. Now it needs to change. Now we need to expect to win these games, and the supporters are a massive part of that. So again, bring the atmosphere, bring it like you did for the last 4 or 5 home games. Make it a difficult place for the opposition to come, because we want to get in the groove now of making these games winnable for us, making it that we are a really established, League One team that can finish anywhere between 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So we obviously want them top 6 spots, but like I say, to be an established League One club now that is fighting for playoffs is a massive achievement, and where we've come from. Now the next step is getting in them. So let's change the dynamic of thinking. If we can get in there and winning games like tomorrow, we'll go a long way to changing that dynamic.
And aside from Jack, how's the rest of the squad looking?
Yeah, Sean Clare will come back into the squad. He's close. Jack Simpson won't make it. So in terms of the squad from the other night, it'll be Jack Curry out, Sean Clare in.
And obviously we've gained Reg since we last played Charlton. Have you tapped into him at all about the way they might approach?
Really, because we quite, he has certain specific things on individuals and the characters, what they have. But I watch a lot of games. I'm pretty obsessed with football, as you probably know. So I watch a lot of games. We know their qualities, we know their strength, experienced team. So we know them. We know their strengths without tapping into Reg. We seen Reg when we played him last time. Play for Charlton. Don't think he wants reminding of that.
Just on Reg, then, how impressed have you been with him? He's been excellent.
Not a surprise to me because I've worked with him before. I know he has composure. I mean, the highlight for me of Tuesday night was his run back to save that chance. That's what. Even though you're probably not going to get anything out of the game, that stands you in good stead going forward. The fact that players are willing to run through brick walls for each other, run through brick walls for the club, and even though it's a hard task with 10 men, you see signs that going forward in the coming weeks will stand us in really good stead, and that was one moment. So he's been brilliant since he's come in.